Hey, we back. It's the Gus and Low Show coming at you straight, no chaser.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Gus and Low Show, the grooviest podcast in the land, brought to you by Q&A Coffee. If you need to know about man, start that shit over.
I ain't starting shit over.
All right, fuck it. All right, we keep it going. Q&A Coffee is the best coffee in the land. Go to QACoffee.com, QACoffee.com.
And that was our third try.
You know what, Gus? You're starting off like your Bears.
All right.
Gus and Low Show. Y'all know what it is.
All right.
Y'all know what it is. I ain't gonna let Gus bully me around tonight.
Ain't that a bit?
It's just going to be a bunch of laughs from here on out.
I hear a voice. Gus, who is that guy over there,
Yes,
Mike?
we have a guest. We have a guest for this episode, and our guest goes by the name of Jason. I've known this gentleman, good gosh, man, it's been over 20 years.
Yes, sir.
20 years, and I tell you what's interesting. So I've been just looking on observing you from afar. I've watched you grow. You know, you was a single man, now you're a married man with kid, and you know what that transformation is like. And for me, let me just say, good job.
Thank you.
You're progressing through life well, as you should. And thank you for coming on the show to be our guest.
I appreciate you having me out. This is awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want y'all to know, I'm smoking a Laura Rover de Cuba El Jefe, and I'm struggling with this bitch. I think they sold me a dud, dog.
What's wrong with it?
It ain't pulling. It's a hard pull.
You know what? It may be so packed. You know, there's a tool that if you shove it in there, it can loosen up.
That's what my wife say all the time.
Wow.
Hence all the goddamn kids. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I knew it.
But y'all had kids.
Mm-hmm. No doubt. No doubt. How's everybody doing?
I'm doing great, man.
Good. Jason, how you doing?
Good. Just got through the Blink weekend here in Cincinnati.
Oh, did you DJ during the Blink?
I DJ'd during Blink, but let's see. Saturday night I played at Igby's. Wasn't really an installation there, but Igby's is always fun.
So, question. I've been to Igby's. Where is the DJ when he's DJing at Igby's?
It's upstairs.
Most of the time they have it on the second floor.
Oh, so no one can put that motherfucker out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, you're like up on a perch. You can oversee people, which I kind of like.
Right. Because you can tell the vibe of the crowd.
Yeah. I like being low key, do my thing. You know, people don't know how to get to you to do a song request, so you just vibe out. You know.
Hey Gus, I do now.
No play hey, Bad Bunny.
He's like, just throw 20s up here with the request on it.
Right.
Exactly. But let's see. Sunday night closed out Blink at Braxton Brewery. Did their Lumen Lounge. They had a big blow up lounge tent out there. It was pretty cool. Kids were out and dancing around having fun.
Nice.
So it was a good weekend.
Cool. It's a lot going on. Got tonight is the start of the NBA.
Is it tonight?
I think it started tonight.
Who's I'm not really like huge into it. But,
Me neither.
I mean, you know what I'm saying.
You got hockey, some good baseball being played, college football, professional football. Man, it's soccer. Man, it's everything's just going on.
College football, Alabama goes down. Ooh. I'm happy about that.
Why?
That was a big one.
You just get tired of the same, teams. I mean, it's not like the Ohio State University wins every single year.
Go Bucks.
OHIO. Indeed. But yeah, that was actually, I will tell you, that game for me, that's gonna go down. That's gonna go down as one of probably the top 5 games. Because it was a good-ass game. It was high scoring as shit.
It was a shootout. They were playing hard.
They were playing hard.
Everybody was on their A game.
Yeah.
Everybody. That was a great game. I'm a college football guy.
I think old Saint Nick knows, like, when it comes down to that, he's like, ooh, we could lose this one.
Yeah.
And I've never seen his feathers ruffled.
Oh, yeah.
They were ruffled.
Oh, yeah.
They were ruffled that game.
Yeah. When they touched that punt return.
Oh, yeah, that linebacker, he went.
Man. I'd never seen him lose his
Me neither.
on the sideline like that ever.
A lot of the analysts said there was a chance Alabama could lose that game, and hey, not rightfully so, but hey, then Tennessee won. The best team won.
Yeah, the guys that put it down on the line for that one, they won big.
Yeah,
they won big.
Indeed.
Absolutely.
What else we got, Gus? What's been going on with you? I see you over there with the Ascalton.
So I just came from a cigar event where the CEO of Uncle Nearest was in the building.
Okay.
She spoke. Man, phenomenal woman. Phenomenal story. Her travels. She's actually from California. And with now her running Uncle Nearest, she's in Tennessee.
Right.
Talked to her for a little bit, rubbed elbows. It was a great crowd, great turnout. I didn't drink. I'm still the nature boy. Oh, by the way,
You still a nature boy.
yeah. So
Don't you have to go woo after that?
no, because that's his trademark.
That might be a trademark copyright infringement.
So Los is still, Mr. Concur, and I'm the nature boy.
Yeah, plug. You missed on that. I wasn't gonna say nothing, but I'll let you go ahead. And, you know what I mean?
Well, that's part of my flub because I flubbed earlier.
Yeah. That's true. Once you know.
Yeah.
But we ain't no going back. This is the show. We all full of shenanigans. Just so you know, we might start talking about the topic that we talking about tonight, and then we you've listened to a couple of shows,
Oh, yeah.
especially as I start drinking. Mr. Concur, when Mr. Concur start drinking, it might go off the rails a little bit. And I did tell my mans, I was like, hey, I might need you to like kind of take the reins tonight. But I don't know. I'm starting to feel it.
See, what did I tell you?
Starting to feel the scotch already.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you?
It's gonna be trouble. We're gonna
Starting to feel the scotch already.
we're gonna get way in the weeds tonight, aren't we? We're gonna wait in the deep.
Because my man likes to talk.
And my man doesn't like to talk. He's just like the big silent. He calls himself the big silent sexy bear.
I've never said that. I've never said that. I imply it, but I've never said it.
I got it on record. I got it on record from a couple of women. No, I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna spend some
Hey,
time
hoes lie.
unpacking that later.
Hoes lie.
What'd you say, DJ?
I said I'm gonna spend some time unpacking that one later.
I'm good, man. I tell you what, I the other day went to a yoga class, man. And once again, if you've heard me say it once, I've said it 1,000 times. Every time I go to yoga, after I'm done with hot yoga, dude, I am reborn. I've been hell on wheels, man, ever since then.
All right, then.
So yeah.
All right. Oh boy.
Shout
So
out
what
to
have you
Mike.
been up to?
Man, besides DJing, just I don't even know.
What do DJs do when they're off?
Man,
Do y'all like sleep during the day like vampires because y'all up all night? Like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, I mean, I guess there's a lot of guys that do that, but I try not to. I try to hang with my kid, my wife. We do a lot of stuff. We travel. We get around. We just got back from Disney. We went down there to see my nephew.
nice.
Went to SeaWorld. It was a little fall break for my kids. So
Okay.
Just park hopped, walked a lot.
Yeah.
got
You
your
do a
steps.
lot of walking down there.
Just try to stay active. I work
Right.
out with my wife. We hit the gym every day together.
Nice.
There you
we have
go.
fun doing that stuff. We try to build on like positive things as a couple.
Right.
Okay.
Nice.
Just stuff like that.
Hey,
you know?
give him the applause button.
Oh, goddamn. You going to call me out. Let me see if I can remember which one is motherfucking.
Yeah, that was a short ass.
I'm about to turn this over to the DJ, goddamn it.
Where's the air horn?
Right. He's like, where's my button?
Is that? Do we have that sound on?
We
there?
do not have that sound on here. That's another one we need to get
I'll
Jim to
hook you
put
guys
on
up.
here.
I'll hook you guys up.
I see. There you go. He don't know. He the producer and replacing right now. He don't know this is an interview. This is an interview.
That's all right. Damn you, Tally.
Man.
So I'm doing good, fellas. As we know, I opened up the Jester Bar and Cigar Patio. It's doing great, and I don't know if you've seen, Gus. I just put a weatherproof tent up,
Yeah, this
and
is
people are going crazy. Like, what?
nice.
That looked like a straight up lounge in your tent. I'm like, yeah. Until I get my awning up, I'm rock like that. I got the heaters, and it actually gets really, really warm in there. I had a lady fall asleep in there the other day.
What?
She was so comfortable. She
Wow.
fell asleep. Like, I was like, ma'am, you can't sleep here. She was like, oh, I'm so sorry. It's so toasty and warm. And
Feels so homey.
right. I said, well, it might have been those, 5 Tito's and pineapple that you had. It might have been that.
All right, so I'm gonna say something, and it may get me in trouble, but fuck it. Ran into a friend of mine, who's a friend of my girlfriend,
Oh,
at this event. She says,
Here we go.
"Where is she?" I said, "She's on the couch at home."
Augustus. I got to call you about a...
Can I finish?
Are you sure you want to go here, sir? I'm
I
just
finish?
being a friend, man.
Can I finish?
All right, you go right ahead.
So, and everything was the truth. So, I said, hey, you call her. So, they had a little conversation. I get a call later.
Right. DJ, you heard me ask.
She said, why did you tell her that? I was like, it's true, isn't it?
Ooh.
She's like, what are you telling people about me?
Ooh.
And I'm just like, I get where she's coming from. Fuck you want me to do?
One man alone coming home does not know that there's an axe over the door.
You got to have a better cover story for stuff like that. You just got to have it.
But that's not my guy. That's why I rock with him, because he's straightforward. Straight, no chaser is how we go. I mean, now, it might be to the detriment. See, I've been married 16 years, so I done learned to bob and weave like motherfucking Floyd Mayweather. But this guy, he like Marvin Hagler. He coming straight forward like, fuck it, come on, let's rock.
So I was wrong. So some part of that was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying.
So is this an apology?
No. I mean, not on the air. I mean, help me
He
understand.
said not on the air.
Was there no charity event she could have been attending, or?
I mean, she could.
Did she,
Well,
did
it
she
was-
not want to attend the event tonight? that
Well,
she
the
went
thing
to?
was, it was a cigar event. So
Okay.
most women, unless they are cigar smokers, will not come to a cigar event.
However, did you put it out there like, hey, don't want to know? Don't. It's a cigar event. Don't want to know, because I'm gonna tell you, my wife has surprised me and said yes to a couple of times. Like, well, yeah, I'll go. Even though she can't stand cigar smoke,
Okay.
she just wanted to go. Did you put it out there?
No, I did not.
Okay, well, there you go.
Okay, so I was wrong. When I said she's at home on the couch. I mean, I wasn't trying to be malicious or anything.
No, but you said that to who?
One of her girlfriends.
One of her who?
Girlfriends.
I'm gonna let you decipher that one. What you got? What you got, man? You looking like you want to say something over there.
I
Go
would
ahead.
just always ask, always invite, always be welcoming. That's the best avenue. Always.
My man. I learned something today.
It'll keep you out of hot water every time.
I'm gonna tell you what his problem was. His problem was he didn't have any Q&A coffee, which helps improve your mental endurance and focus. Q&A coffee is for our thinkers and for those who need a slight push towards their daily workout. You can find them at QNAcoffee.com. That's the letters QNA.com. Be sure to try all brands. We have Eyes Wide, which helps improve your focus. We also have North Star, which helps improve your creativity. So if you do a teaspoon of this and a teaspoon of that, you might get focus and creativity. And be sure to look out for Blue Skies, which brings clarity.
Could have used some of that creativity and clarity right there.
I probably should have. You're all right.
Maybe you should start drinking coffee. Q&A, baby. It's good shit. I drink it every morning because, being spoiled on the Gus and Lowe show, I only have like 45 bags at home because that's our sponsor and I love it. Shout out to Keith. Thank you, Keith.
Yeah, thank you, Keith. And thank you guys for, helping me to turn that over, because in my mind,
I know.
yeah.
I know. My man, that's how he's very, very straight. He's very, very straightforward.
Yeah, I mean,
very black and white.
As guys, though, sometimes we get like very task oriented, so we
do.
keep focused on just one single thing, or
Right.
maybe just two or three, and the secondary, tertiary things that are going on with your events or what's going on in your life. Sometimes they don't fall into your priority list,
Right.
And
That's
sometimes
true.
you assume that somebody's associated with you, that they're welcome, but sometimes reaching out and just saying that formally to somebody, it means a lot to them.
Right.
Even if they're not going to attend, or engage in that.
Yeah.
Just invite them.
Gosh.
That's
Okay.
always
Oh,
it.
man,
I needed that.
Who knew DJs was so deep, man?
Why do you think I invited him as a guest?
So, to your point, I've been doing hospitality for 30 years, running restaurants, bars, and things like that. Finally got my own. And my wife, one time, she had to tell me, because I was in the house and I was like, hey, we need to do this, we need to do this, we need to do this, we need that. There's a reason my kids call me drill sergeant. And my wife said, hey, you're not running a restaurant. This is your home. like you need to treat it as such. Don't treat it like you're running your Buca de Beppo or your favorites at the Belterra Park Casino. Don't treat it like that. Like, this is your home. Relax. It's cool, you know.
Yeah,
We're not in here yelling out 86 pasta because, you know, you ain't got no spaghetti for the Skyline chili cans, you know.
yeah. It's a different gear. It's a different
right.
It's a different.
And I literally had to learn that. I did. I had to learn how to shake it out because, you know, in the hospitality field, I'm just always there. I'm there more than I am home. I'm running the restaurant more than I am home. So it's hard to turn off.
Yeah, that's what you get.
And it was. And I had to kind of like, I got a good woman, man. She helped me.
Yeah.
She helped me.
And a good woman will.
It's a mental muscle you have.
It
to
is.
build. It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Like when I'm DJing, I'm playing. I'm engaged with. I love playing music, and I just get single-minded in that. When people come up to me and they ask me for things, or they just want to converse and have a conversation. Some people don't understand that I'm really playing, like I'm into it. I have to remember that the other side of that is being hospitable to the people that are there.
Right.
So, you know, shut that down for a minute, and turn that off, be welcoming, say hi to people, come out of your shell. You need to break that concentration a little bit. It's kind of the same role.
You're the first one I've ever heard say that. But I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
I can dig it.
It feels strange when like the first time you catch yourself doing it, because I think my wife might have even pointed that out to me before. Like sometimes you're very focused on what you're doing. You look almost angry. You're like you're just so focused that your face is just
and intense. That's what my wife told me. She said, "You're so intense. Like, calm down. It's just breakfast.
Yeah."
It's just breakfast, baby.
But the first time you catch yourself doing it, you're like, okay, I get it. Yeah. And you'll never do it again. Like you'll get in that same situation and it'll drop out and you're like, okay, dummy. You like just be a person here for a minute.
Right.
Exactly. Be a dad, be a father, be a husband.
Very cool.
It's not necessarily a bad thing, man. You're not going to get in trouble for that.
Yeah.
I tell you what, the one thing she does like about it, she does like the cleanliness aspect of it. She loved that. Like, she tells her friends, my kitchen is the cleanest kitchen on the planet. And her friends will say, why? Because he took some class called Serve Safe and he can't handle, for all my people in the industry, you know where I'm going. Y'all know what I'm talking about. He can't handle anything being dirty in any way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cleanliness is next to godliness.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so what we got on the agenda this
so
evening?
Today's show is about men who, in some way, shape, or form, we look up to. They may have a trait or traits that we look at and say, hey, I want to graft that into me. To add some light to it. It could be a non-fictional or a fictional person.
Right.
But even with that said, you know, that fictional person may have a trait or trait that I like that, and yeah, I'm gonna add that.
Oh, what's
Hey,
up, Nick?
come on, Nick?
It's not a Thursday, sir, but it is a podcast night.
So yeah, men we look up to that in some way, shape, or form have us to be a better version of ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
That's wide open. That's a lot of different.
Very right open.
Wow.
That is wide open.
I had a hard time thinking about this one.
I didn't put a number on it.
Yeah.
It's not a top five,
no,
so y'all know.
Top five, yeah.
It's not a top five. Just want y'all to know.
I'm gonna go ahead and delete those numbers real quick.
So with that being said, you guys want to dive in, or where you want to go? We can go. We can
Let's dive in.
talk about it some more. That's you. Who you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
You go first.
I'll go first this week.
Since I got to carry you.
Okay, these ain't. Yeah, you do got to carry me. I'm.
Oh shit! Good God. Every time you say, I just sit back. I'm like, yeah.
All right, so I kind of broke mine down a little bit according to my life and how they impacted my life and why I look up to them. So I'm gonna go with the first person is Chef Michael Swan, who is, if I'm not mistaken, he actually is in charge of all things Disney down in Florida, restaurant wise. Great executive chef. Totally wishes that I was a chef. He said, if you were a chef, you would be my Sue, and I would take you around the world with me, because he's traveled the world. He actually was he's worked with Robert, all of them. I'm not going to get into it. He's worked with all of them. He was the executive chef at Belterra Park when we opened that up. I was a multi-outlet manager, which means that I ran 3 restaurants. I was an assistant to running 3 restaurants, excuse me, like an AGM. And then once I became the AGM of Favorites the Fine Dining Steakhouse, he was overjoyed. He was one of the ones that pushed that, which meant more money. Thank you, chef. Because I need it with all my kids. I do my part. I don't know if you know, I have 6, 7, 8, maybe 9 kids. So
Who's counting? Who's counting?
He said be fruitful and become many. Anyway, so he professionally wise, as far as my career, really, really helped me and put me in tune with a lot of things. It's because of him that I was able. Every restaurant that I've ran has been successful. I've always succeeded. And he was a huge part of that. I really appreciate him for that. I'm still trying to get the recipe to his banana masu, but chefs are very, very guarded. And first, I thought we was cool, and I said, "Hey, chef, can I get that recipe? I kind of want to make it for me." He's like, "Who you giving it to?" Because it's delicious. It's a tiramisu, but it's banana, so it's like a banana pudding, but not.
Sounds amazing.
Oh my God, it's delicious. It's fire.
Can I get a hold of that?
You cannot. He didn't even give it to me. I once watched him tell a chef that had made a whole entire 2 catering trays of this, because the peaks of the whipped cream were not identical, threw it out.
Scrap.
He threw that shit out. He was like, "Nope, my
Perfection.
fucking name's on that.
Yeah.
You will execute." And I'm looking like, no. Me and the staff are looking like, no.
Can we help you with
You know
that?
what I'm saying? Is there anything else in that garbage can? Because it is a plastic liner. It was that delicious. But Michael really, really, really helped me. And he's also a big reason why I'm into cigars as well. One of the first, I want to say, 5 cigars that I ever smoked, one was with him. And he had some Cubans. And he said, "Oh, these are Cubans. But however, don't limit your palate to being like, oh, I'm just a Cuban guy," because there's a lot of great cigars out there now. Nicaragua's coming up, the Dominican, all that stuff is coming up. So don't limit yourself. But it was, I don't know what the hell he had, but they was fire.
Yeah.
They was fire. But like I said, he's been all over the world. So Michael Swan, that's number one person as far as my professional life.
Okay.
And I still impart and do a lot of things even at my bar today,
Right.
that he imparted unto me. Just structure, man. He taught me such good structure.
Right.
So with that, I'm gonna be quiet because I did say I was kind of gonna be laid back tonight. So
No, that's cool, because you know what I notice is the chefs and cooks that I know, people that are driven in that field, they're very versed taste makers in like most of the aspects of their lives, like music,
yep.
Yeah.
anything that has to
Yeah.
do with food, dining, cigars. Usually those people are very like into, once they find a hobby, they get into it, and
Right.
they like the finer details of how to make that happen, whether it's like woodworking or anything like that. And that's always like cool traits to pull from people, to see how they dive into things and they break things apart. You can see other people's minds work when you work close to them, like close with them, and it inspires you to do things that are better.
You're absolutely right, because he's the reason I'm also into wine heavy.
Yeah.
Because he also is I don't know what level of sommelier he is, but he knows some fucking wine. And he knows how to pair it, buddy. Believe that.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
Nice.
that's my first guy.
Okay. Is it on me?
It's on you.
Okay. And this actually shocked me, but as I reflected back, like, yeah, I like the way he carries himself. I'm going with Colin Powell. I did, and then this took place. I think I saw him giving a speech, and I'm listening to him talk, and I'm looking at the crowd's reaction. This is from a video, and so I'm like, man, I need to, read up on this guy. So, extensive military career. I mean, not a blemish. well, I'm sure maybe a blemish, but for sake of conversation, not a blemish. Then he went into politics, but just the way he carries himself when he speaks, I mean, just his mannerisms, dude. It's just, I'm like, man, we go out sometimes and we see some guys like, man, this guy's a douchebag, or this guy, he's a wanker. And then you see that dude, you see that guy that like, that's a man's man right there. And, did some research, did some reading up on him. Man, he's a man's man. I mean, when he speaks, he speaks. He's articulate. He's lived the life. So he's just not talking bullshit. Motherfuckers respect him. So,
God damn it, Nikki, we over here doing a podcast, sir.
They didn't hear that. We can edit that out. But yeah, man.
I just wanted to mess with Nikki.
Hey, stay focused, man. We here, man. We in the bubble, dude.
Oh, man, I'm everywhere.
See, that's the problem. You
I'm
everywhere.
Mr. Concur, so you know what it is.
So can you agree to be in this bubble?
I can agree to disagree.
Oh, this motherfucker. This motherfucker. So you made me break stride. God damn it. I'm done. On to Jason.
Come on, man. We ain't skipping Shannon. Come on, man.
But no,
what you got, Jason?
When you said that about Colin Powell, though, like a lot of people see like people in the public, they don't know much about them. A lot of people don't hear what they think that they want to hear come out of people, so they dismiss their ideas,
True.
dismiss what they're standing for,
Right.
Until smart people start digging in and trying to find out what their background is and what their platform is. It's nice to find out about people once you start digging into what that person's really about, rather than what the media has portrayed them as.
Right.
And you start peeling back the layers of the onion. You start finding out either good or bad. You make up your own mind about it.
Right.
When you find somebody like that, that's cool.
Yeah.
I know he's written a ton of books and
Yeah.
well-distinguished man.
Yeah.
So,
Right,
Yeah.
particularly when it comes to politics, because that still was a political position. And I will say this, Gus, I do respect the hell out of your pick, because for me, he's a leader.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Particularly a leader of men being in the military, women too, being in the military. So yes, I get exactly what you're saying, because I am all about leaders, and I do get into them.
Mm-hmm.
I got you.
You up?
Man, you guys went deep right out of the gate. I didn't think a ton about mine, but there's one that's always had a cool impression upon me. It was the first time I saw Field of Dreams. And I put two and two together, and I realized that James Earl Jones was just the guy.
Yeah.
First and foremost, I was like, man, knowing that's the voice of Darth Vader. I was a Star Wars kid when I was a kid, and I was like, that's cool.
Me too.
Oh, man. And then he did that whole monologue about why he should build the Field of Dreams.
Mm-hmm.
That whole, I know that was written by someone else, but the way he just said it, it made you want to go do that, want to see it, want to be part of it. And
Right.
you could see the vision just of what he was speaking about.
Right.
And then I started digging into it, and I just wanted to find out a little bit more about him. I didn't know, but he was pre-med when he was going to college, and then he decided
Damn.
to enroll. He's an Army veteran. And I'm just looking at my notes right here. I just took down some stuff. He's like a decorated and well-distinguished actor. I think he has an EGOT. I think he has an honorary Oscar. I don't know if that was from singing or
Right.
from his acting, but he just seems like he's just a very distinguished person, and I've always liked seeing him portraying the roles that he does in movies.
Right.
He seems like he's acting as if he would act as
Right.
himself. You know,
Right.
it's pretty cool.
And he has his voice is commanding, dude.
Right.
That's a voice. If I was his son, I'm like, yes, dad.
Yeah.
No, dad. Or yes, sir, yo, sir, all day long. Because
Yeah.
that voice sounds serious.
You could have that big voice and you could be saying nothing.
Right.
Or you could be saying something.
Something.
And it seems like almost everything he's saying is something.
Yeah.
You should probably
Right.
pay attention to.
Right.
Indeed. All right, then. James Earl Jones.
It just sounds cool.
Yeah.
He does sound cool.
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean, he's the voice of Darth Vader. I mean, come on. You know, arguably, one of the top 5 villains that people always say. People are always arguing that. All right, so my next one probably might shock the table, but it's actually the guy right across from me. So that's my boy Gus. So we've talked about the backstory. Don't worry, bro. Don't worry, bro. It's all good, brother. It's all good. So Gus and I met when I was running a fine dining restaurant over in Madeira called the Quarter Bistro. We happened to meet through another individual that we both know, and from that time, yeah, you know I said that right. You know I said that right.
Damn.
He who shall not fucking be named on the show. Anyway.
Whoa.
And we know why. Anyway, that's a story for another day, y'all.
That's a podcast.
That's a 2-hour podcast. So I had a cigar event, actually, a cigar dinner. Gus came. It was raising money for the Dragonfly Foundation. And Gus came and departed with some of his funds. And thank you, sir, for that. And
My pleasure.
we smoked some cigars. I met Gus, and we got each other's phone number. And I don't know what it was, but literally,
I'll tell you what it was. We were the only two black guys there.
one running the show, and one still in the scene because everybody kept saying, "Who is that huge, humongous? Is that a football player over there?" I didn't never tell you that, did I?
I can
Carlos
guess.
Does he play for the Bengals? Is that a big guy? I've never met him before.
I've literally watched people just walk up to Gus before and just want hugs. Like I've watched grown men want to walk up and just shake his hands, like not know who he is, but just know that they should probably say hi.
Right.
Hey, it's a reason why I'm so glad I'm his best friend. I just be walking next to him like, yeah, say something. No, I'm just So met him and we just clicked, dude. It was great. Gus, I think we talked on the phone every single day,
dude, yeah.
for about 2 to 3 months. Every single day, just met this dude, and we just for some reason we just opened up about our lives. Period, to each other, strangers. We just opened up, and we got really, really, really tight. And as we got tight, like I told you before, he's a straight shooter. And one of the things to me that a man, an alpha male, needs, because we talk a lot about that, no Teletubbies. We talk a lot about alpha males, is you always need another alpha male to tell you, like, hey, you fucking up. Because we won't accept that from the Teletubbies. Like, bitch, shut up. You know what I mean? But another alpha male, when he's telling you, like, hey, bro, you fucking up, because he's going to explain why. He ain't going to just say, you fucking up. And he will say, hey, bro, you need to, maybe you need to consider this or this or this or that. He never forces it and say, this is what the fuck you need to do. He says, hey, maybe you need to do this or this or this or this or this or that. And sometimes it's shit that I don't want to fucking hear, but I will listen to him. And, he's helped me out on a couple of personal issues. You know what I mean? He's been there for me in some hard times. That's my dude. Now, we don't get to collaborate like we used to a lot ever since I opened the bar, because Lord have mercy, that bar is like, it's taxing, My business partner doesn't really know a lot. He doesn't know anything about this business. But Gus still reaches out, talks to me every once in a while, you know what I mean? He still talks shit about his Bears. I don't know why. But anyway, only thing they got is Justin Fields from the Ohio State.
Wait a minute. To that point, what good quarterback has come out of Ohio State?
What?
What good quarterback?
Y'all got one. His name is Justin Fields. Protect that motherfucker and see what he can do.
Well, that's
just saying.
Anyway, go ahead, man. I want to break your stride.
Jeez.
Oh, I'm cool. See, I'm not like you. You can break my stride. I can bring it right back.
Go ahead, player.
But anyways, this is my brother, and I'm not going to elaborate heavily, but it got even deeper, did it not, Gus? It got even deeper.
We'll explain that maybe one day.
Right. We have on podcasts, I believe, before.
No.
But so go back and listen to some episodes. If you have to start at episode 1, do it. Anyways, so that's my brother. I love him. He has had a big impact on my life, and I appreciate him. And I do miss him now that I've been, at the bar grinding, trying to build my little brand. But even then, he'll still, be like, hey, bro, maybe you need to do this. So the last time the first time he came to the bar, this hungry motherfucker. I'm like, so what do you think, Gus? He's like, man, maybe you need to put a grill out here. on your patio. Put it. I'm like, is he serious right now? He's like, yeah, right over there in the corner. Put a grill over there.
Oh, not for me. It'd be good for business.
Yeah, It's gonna be good for business because Gus gonna come in there and eat up all the chicken breasts.
Wow. True.
It started so
Hey,
sincere.
my man, is that
Right.
skinless? Is that skinless?
This whole story started so sincere,
Right,
so
right.
heartfelt.
Just
Well,
wait
that's
for
facts.
it. Wait
But
for it.
I definitely had to put my man on the list.
That's cool to have somebody in your life that keeps you grounded. That's on that level.
For sure.
Everybody needs somebody like that, and it's cool when you find somebody that just kind of clicks like that.
Right.
So
True that.
Gus has always been cool. Always.
Eh.
Always. No, I
Except-
mean when I met him like 20 years ago, like
Right.
I was just skinny DJ running around the club, but he would always make a point to come up and say hi, just check in, say what's
Right.
up. I wasn't anybody different from anybody else in the club.
Right.
It was just he always felt like just one of the homies, one of the dudes.
Man,
For sure.
let me tell you about that. So when I saw you, there were you and maybe one other person. Now, they're good DJs. They're okay DJs. You're outstanding. For whatever your music selection, it's like, damn. So I knew I was in for a good ass time, even though I'm supposed to be working.
Right.
And I'm drinking a plethora of freaking alcohol, but I'm still able to do my job. But I knew when I saw you, I'm like, oh, Jason's here. Shit, this is gonna be a good ass night. Nobody better not start doing shit.
Right. Don't fuck up your night, even though you're working, right?
Right.
I appreciate that. Thank
Oh man, that's the truth. That's the truth. Is it on me?
Yep, it's on you. I'm gonna go get some more ice.
Okay. And this election is gonna make it the air a little bit light. I'm going with John Wick.
you. Not going anywhere now. Not going anywhere now.
I was going to get ice.
Man,
I changed my damn mind. I want to hear this shit.
well, we all know the story of John Wick. Fictional character, yeah.
Right,
But
right.
dude, that story, they killed his fucking dog. And it wasn't so much they killed the dog, but that dog represented that was his
Last gift from his
attachment
wife, right?
To his wife. And man, the fortitude, because he's like, oh, I'm gonna make motherfuckers pay.
The intestinal fortitude.
And he's gone through, what? We gotta wait for the next one. What, next year?
Yeah.
And he's went through hell and high water. But man, and really, if you think about it, it's kind of, he's doing it out of love. Yeah, it started off that way. Now it's just shit. You motherfuckers are going to pay. And shit. And John Wick is a respectable within that assassin's world.
Right.
Motherfuckers fear him. Not only do they respect him,
Baba Yaga.
Yeah, Baba Yaga. Everybody knows that story. Man, and shout out to Keanu Reeves. Man,
He embodies that character.
Nobody
bro.
else could play that.
I don't think nobody else could play that character.
No. And man, he goes forward. You can hit him with a car. You can shoot him.
Throw him off a building.
Yeah. He's gonna go forward, and he know motherfuckers is gunning for him, and he just goes forward. He's single-minded. He's boom. He knows his target. He knows what he has to do. He uses his expertise to his event. Man, John Wick's my man.
I got a buddy that I swear to you, man, every time we go drinking together at the end of the night, you can guarantee he's going to go home and put that movie on.
Oh, shit.
Nice.
You guys could talk about John Wick
Nice.
for hours. Because we'll
Love to
start
have-
talking about
love
it while
to
he's
have him as a
drinking,
guest.
and you can tell in his head he's getting ready to go
Right.
watch because he's getting hyped. Like
Right.
he's like, I'm gonna go watch it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So,
He's the enforcer.
He is, dude.
Oh
Rush.
man.
But I will say this. To me, I know everybody has their opinion. The pinnacle of his John Wickness, to me, of his character, was when he shot the guy of the high table right in the fucking head,
Yeah.
in the fucking Continental.
Yeah.
I mean, he just was like, they were like, John, like, he was just like, I do not give a fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So, absolute.
Yeah, he was single-minded in his resolve. in
Oh,
that
oh,
movie,
yeah,
in
for
those
sure.
Movies, man, just straightforward.
Sure.
Stop it.
This is
Stop
what I do.
Yeah.
I wonder how that would go down if it was a John Wick versus like Chuck Norris kind of thing, or we should do the John Wick versus kind of stuff. Who would win, man? Or who would team up? You know, because
John Wick should have been a part of the Expendables.
My next one is
Oh hell no!
Yeah,
He take them all out.
I say he should have been a part of the.
No, man, they're busters, man. They done.
Really though?
They're done.
The Expendables.
Yes, they're done.
Come on, man.
Man, who are they taking out?
Stop.
Freaking.
They took a whole fucking army out.
What some third world country? Man,
I don't give a shit.
we can do that shit.
All right, motherfucker, lead the way.
I mean, every team needs an ace up their sleeve. That could be John Wick.
Right.
All he'd have to do is just sit back and wait and just.
I'm just saying, Gus. John Wick and Jet Li fighting side by side.
Ooh.
Come on, think about it. Think about it. And John, take a little time to be like, "Hey, Ronda Rousey, come on over this way, right quick. We gonna take a quick break.
Is she part of the Expendables?
Yeah, she was in the yeah.
Shit, I didn't
She's
get,
an expendable too.
I didn't get past after the first one. I was done.
Yeah, so I can segue mine right into yours because mine's like right up the same alley.
Sweet.
I picked Deadpool.
No,
Nice.
Deadpool.
Wait a minute. So how does Deadpool make you a better man?
I mean, I was trying to go for the funny side where like I'm getting older and I'm falling apart. Deadpool just regenerates.
True.
Like,
Yeah.
that guy gets chopped in half, his head cut off,
Yeah.
everything. Just plop it back on there. He
Right.
regrows legs.
Yeah.
He was like very single in his resolve. Like he had a drive, he had a
Right.
goal.
Yeah.
You know, they offed his old lady, and he was just coming back. You
Right.
know.
Yeah.
Man, that's the anti-hero.
Right.
man.
Right.
Anti-hero.
he's
Right.
a hero, anti-hero.
Yeah. Yeah. You look
Yeah.
at him, you're like, man, he's got friends that he's taking care of, but
Right.
he's just plowing through.
He's an
people.
asshole, but he actually
Oh my
does
God,
have
yeah.
like a side where it's like I do have some family, motherfuckers. Like I do care about something.
Right. Right.
Yeah, and on some small part, I think we all got boys that just do heinous, goofy things when you're
Right.
around them, where you're like, man, you got family, and they're like, I don't care, I'm wild out I'm just getting crazy.
Favorite scene from Deadpool? Any of them?
Oh man, I think it's the whole Juggernaut scene where they took out Juggernaut the last one.
Okay.
Like, I just thought it was silly that was really. Sorry, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, but
Oh, I've seen it.
Ryan Reynolds
Right.
inside Juggernaut. You know, and Ryan Reynolds wrote part of that, so he wrote that he would get a whole electrical current
Right.
shoved up his ass. Constantly. So that's just hilarious to me that he's willing to do that to
Right.
himself, you know, through the writing.
Not to be noodleish. Gus knows what that means. But I do have to say my favorite scene was where he went back in time and shot himself as fucking Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Like
He's-
what the
he's-
fuck are you thinking, motherfucker?
He goes back and cleans up the whole timeline.
Yeah.
Green Lantern.
Yeah.
What was the Project X or
Yeah.
whatever?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Just going ahead and
Yeah.
offing it all.
My favorite scene was, I believe it was from the second film when they all jumped out the plane.
Right.
And you know the music was very triumphant. And like they're going off the war and they're just getting fucking off. And the one guy was
Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt hits the high wire, and lights himself. You see that it's him for just 3
Dude,
seconds.
Right.
The one guy ends up in a wood chipper.
Yeah. Yeah.
He ends
What's
up
that? That's
spitting
Suicide
spitting
Squad or
acid.
some shit? What was that?
No, that was in the scene in Deadpool.
Yeah. That was
Oh,
the
was it a
second.
scene in Deadpool?
Yeah, they were.
I'm gonna have to
taking-
revisit.
taking off
man.
in Deadpool 2 on the mission, and the whole mission went south as soon as they jumped out.
Yeah. 10 seconds.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let y'all keep talking. I gotta refill my glass.
Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I had to go silly. Man,
Well, that's okay because you know that was part of the requirements. You know, it could be serious. You know, somebody serious. You know, real life person or whatnot that influences us, or somebody totally fictional. Just
yeah, silly. Like I try to write down some notes and look and see, and there's some stuff that's like some throwbacks, and some serious stuff, just some throwaways, whatever. You
Right.
know. Man, we could talk all night about this. I got one that's probably going to take us off on a pretty far tangent.
that's okay. That's what we're here for, brother. That's
Yeah.
that's what the platform is here for. Where did he go? Get some ice. Okay. All right. Well, I'll go with my next one. So this guy Clarence B. Jones. So this guy was actually one of the lawyers for Martin Luther King. You know, when the whole civil rights thing started back in the 60s. Actually had an opportunity to sit down with this guy at a dinner and up in Detroit. Went with a good friend of mine, and I'm talking to him, and I'm observing him. So now, you know, he's much older in life, and just as sharp. I mean, this guy, I'm like, damn. I mean, no drop off in his humor. You know, he's recalling dates like boom,
Sharp as a tack.
Yeah, he was dressed nice. I'm like, damn, seriously. And to hear him talk, so you know, he was saying when he had, you know, just completed college, moved to California, got married, and they called him and it's like, hey, you know, there's this gentleman in the South that needs your help. And he basically was like, fuck that. Why would I want to get in that shit? Life is good for me right now. And it was actually his wife that said, you may want to rethink that. And that wasn't, that was a reoccurring conversation.
Yeah.
He was set. You know, his dream was to, become a lawyer, get established, get rich, live the American dream.
Yeah, find an easy practice.
Right. And he wanted easy. He wanted easy. He figured, hey.
You passed law school. You already went through
Exactly.
it.
Yeah. It's like now,
enough.
Now she's trying to rake in the dough. But his wife was like, you need to rethink that. And he rethought it, and the rest is history. So he was in on a lot of his freaking meetings, and just, man, he's a part of history. And just sitting across, talking to him and observing and having a conversation, I'm like, man, this guy's lived a life. Yeah, some of us, for us, it may be, hey, we want to raise our family, make all the fucking money we want, that's that. But this guy's life took a different turn. And it wasn't until, he said after he met Martin, he said within 30 seconds he knew, it's like, yeah, I can't lay this down. I have to get on board with him and help this guy. And, the rest is history.
Yeah, he wasn't just heading down south to get into a fight.
Yeah.
He was going down there for a purpose, right?
Yeah, and he knew this was, this was 12-round fight. This was not, I could throw some money at this, or, hey, I'll help you change your tire. He had to get in the trenches.
Yeah.
And he got in the trenches, and, man, he left a mark. Yeah. He left a freaking mark.
Going down south at that point in time.
Oh, man, no doubt. No doubt.
Oh.
And, that imparted, after that conversation, after that, that dinner, just one dinner, I was just like, damn, there are those times I'm like, okay, I have to extend myself. Somebody needs help, okay. Whatever way, shape, or form that comes, just be open to do it. Because he did it, and shit. He doesn't regret it at all.
Yeah,
so.
you have no idea how sometimes that stuff just comes around.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just the smallest thing sometimes.
Right.
And it doesn't always have to be Herculean tasks to get them done.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Just being an ear for people sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's I love hearing stories of people, their whole history when they go through things, and all the pieces aren't necessarily big pieces. It's just the puzzle gets put together piece by piece, and you're like, you did what?
Yeah.
You served, you did this, you did that, and it's like, and the whole lineage of what you went through, like, it blows you away to hear people's path. As I get older, I love hearing how people end up in the jobs that I do, or in, like, working for the companies that I do, or friends of friends. Like, I haven't met you until tonight. Really, we haven't had much conversation. I enjoy hearing all your history and background, and I love hearing people's path, like their whole story.
Right.
It's interesting, and you can learn a lot if you really pay attention to what people are saying, what they're telling you.
Right.
You don't have to go through the same pains of people around you if you just listen sometimes.
Right.
Me as a kid, I used to have to, and I'm pretty sure everybody did. I had to stub my toe. I had to hit my head against the wall to learn my lesson.
Yeah.
But I certainly learned them, and I apply them as much as I can, as fast as I can, because I hurry up to screw up, but I try to make sure that I don't screw up too big. Right. You just got to learn from stuff.
Yeah,
I feel you on that. You know what would help? Q&A coffee, which helps improve your mental endurance and focus. Q&A Coffee is for thinkers like Gus and I here at the Gus and Low Show. And for those who need a slight push into getting into that gym early in the morning. You need to find this. You can find this at QAcoffee.com. That's the letters. Q, letter N, letter A.com. Don't forget to try Eyes Wide. That's their first release. As well as North Star, which helps creativity.
You said to get in the gym in the morning. My wife's going to start pushing me toward drinking that stuff. We're going to the gym now.
Hey, well, you got a bag, so
Let's
Yeah.
go.
At it.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
hey, you show up on the show, you get a bag.
Get bag.
Not the bag, a bag.
Not a nickel bag.
So are you guys
Not a Birkin bag.
you guys ready for a little laugh? We can lighten this one up. real
Okay,
quick?
yeah, sure.
Yeah,
go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah.
Little ha-has. So I brought this when on vacation. I brought this down here because I'm a rum drinker, and I thought you guys might like this a little bit.
All right.
That's
do
the
you got?
rum
What
of
do you got?
choice
What do you
going
got?
around the house right now.
Damn.
Oh,
I gotta get a picture of that.
big titty rum.
Can't get that at Party Source.
Right
Sure
there.
thing. Now you know, I gotta see it. So I want y'all to picture this. I'm gonna put this on the Gus and Low Show page. Take a picture of that, Gus. I left my phone in the car. Take a picture of
I'll
that.
take a picture of it.
So my wife and I like to travel. We went out of town.
Really?
The pomegranate.
We went out of the country earlier this year. We went down to Belize. Never knew anything
Nice.
about it. We just needed to get out of the country with some friends. And on the way back, my wife sees these bottles in the store at the airport, duty free store.
Yeah.
Immediately, my wife jumps and she's like, "What do they got here?" You know, she's onto it. Onto it.
Right.
Not even a rum drinker. She just saw the name of the bottle and she was on it. And they have 10 different types of liquor. And this is banana. So I don't even know, this is just a silly thing to do a shot of or whatever. But I just
Right.
thought this whole label was
He's
hilarious.
skipping part of the name of the bottle, y'all. It's Big Titty Rum. Big Titty Rum, go bananas.
And there's definitely
And there's definitely a chick on the front of the bottle with some big ass titties.
yeah. But it's a cartoon. It's a cartoon.
Yeah.
So it's silly, but it's
Right, is that, what does she have on it? Oh, that's bananas on her head, right?
yeah. So we might have to do a little
She got a banana bonnet on.
of that.
What the fuck?
Oh, I'm definitely getting a picture of that.
So, if you guys want this, I would suggest
definitely
if you
gonna
ever
try.
want to take a vacation, Belize was a beautiful place, and
Oh, man, yeah.
they happen to have big titty rum all over Belize. So,
I will go there just to make that purchase.
I mean,
Yeah. That's why you going.
I'm gonna save you. The whole label on the back is actually pretty good. I mean, ever take a picture of that and post it. on
I will. I will.
You
Yeah.
can find that at the Gus and Low Show Facebook page.
Brought
Which
to you,
mine?
brought to you by Big Titty Rum.
Shit, I wish. We trying to get there.
Yeah.
Trying to get there. We're at about 5,000.
You up, brother?
I'm up.
You up?
All right. Shit. So my list is short. So I got
Okay.
one more.
Okay.
I can do some honorable mentions.
Okay.
But oh shit, I don't even need to look at the pages. So of course, my heavyweight is my dad. Gus, you know that story. Mm-hmm. So I didn't meet my dad until I was 18. It is what it is. Met him at 18, and my dad fully didn't even know who I was. My mom kept me from him, kept me hidden rather, and he embraced me, dude, and just ran with it, and just taught me. I like to say the game, and when I say the game, I'm talking about the game of life. I'm talking about as far as women. He is definitely the reason I have a bar, because he owned a bar. He's owned a couple of bars for almost 40 years, and when he passed away, that's what he did. Because he shut down one bar that I was actually supposed to take over, but I was young, dumb, and full of cum and running the streets. So he was like, all right, well, I thought you was gonna be the chosen one. He looking at me like I'm Anakin and shit. Like, I thought you was supposed to be the chosen one. But like I said, I was running around like shit. I'm trying to get to these skirts, man. I ain't.
Right.
And which was kind of sad, because he actually had taught me the business to that point. So he had taught me every single thing I needed to know about running a bar. But in my head, I'm like, well, pussy is more important right now, sir. So I'll get to that later, which I did.
It's all about timing.
Yeah.
It is. So he just I couldn't tie the man's shoes. I'm still trying. You know what I mean? And if he was here and if he was to see my bar, true to him being William Dubose, he would literally say, even though my bar is beautiful, I've gotten so many people like, oh my God, this place is just amazing. My dad would say, hey, what about that over there? Or what about that up there? Or are you doing this? And are you doing that? Well, why the fuck you doing that way? That's stupid. You know, I didn't teach you to do it that way. I taught you to do it this way. You know, but he just, William Dubose, he was the man. I'm just a little lost at even describing him. It's just too much. You know what I mean? He was just too much. He was just man. I'll put it in a small way like this. Now, one of my aunts told me when I turned 18, hey, I know who your real dad is. And I'm just like, what the fuck? What you mean? He's on the birth certificate. That ain't your daddy. You know, and you're 18 now, I'm going to tell you, and, you know, you can talk to your mom. Tell her I told you. You know, she wasn't scared. She was like, tell her I told you. Tell her I'm the source. Because I'm the only one that knows her. It was her sister, her youngest sister. So I was like, okay, well, who is this ninja? You know what I mean? She told me. And went and met him, talked to him, you know, look just like this dude. I mean, look dead on this dude. So literally, flash forward some years, and I'm speaking to him and who he is. And I go, hey, you know, we've been kicking it all these years. You've been teaching me. You've accepted me as your son. You've never asked for a DNA test. You know, hey, I'll pay for it. If you want to go, you know, hey, I'll still be your fucking son. Because he was a fucking great dad, let me tell you. even over the age of 18, he was a great damn dad. Mm-hmm. And my father looked at me in the face and said, you're more like me than any of my other children. You look more like me than any of my other children. Don't ask stupid fucking questions. Can we get on with the rest of our day? Son.
Wow.
That was my dad.
Boom.
You know what I mean? That was my dad.
Shut the door on that
one. Yeah, he did. He shut it. Damn. And when he said shit like that, you knew, like, that's when you don't go back down that path. Like, he's determined in his resolve, like John Wick. Don't even, you know what I mean? Don't even question it. Just go, you know? And, of course, all my aunts are like, you ought to carry him on your back. He looks just like, you know. And my sister and I got to meet some great brothers. You know what I'm saying? Some not so great. That's a podcast for another day. Anyway, that's right. Even my brothers ain't exempt to this goddamn show. But yeah, he was. I couldn't have asked. The only regret I have, of course, is I wish I just could have spent that first 18 years with him, because I probably would be further along than what I am now. You know what I mean? Maybe.
Yeah, but
maybe.
Don't you think that maybe sometimes that's like at the right timing for you to appreciate what you have in front of you sometimes?
I do, because like I said, my dream for, guys, 20 years has always been to have a bar. The first, I'm going to say, I ain't going to even say 30. Because for the first 10, when I was grown, I was just like I said, I was out there. And then once I started getting serious and started dating serious and contemplating marriage and all those things, fucking up. I was like, damn, you know what? I could run a fucking bar. I could have my own fucking bar. So started trying. 10 years goes by. Few people have told me, like, you need to just give up on that dream, bro. And I'm like, yeah, I'll give up when I'm in the casket with my hands folded, bro. I'm good. Thank you. Anyway, my wife, now I'm not going to get in trouble because I've told her this to her face. My wife told me, hey, I think it's time you gave up on that and maybe started considering being a higher up, maybe a regional manager, you know, for a restaurant. I'm just like, no, I'm never going to give up on my dream. I'll keep continuing what I'm doing, but I'm still never going to give up my dream. And then finally, 20 years after I got serious about doing it, it happened. You know what I mean? And I went through the process with him in mind every fucking day. Well, what would Dad say? What would he do? What decision would he make on this? What would, you know what I mean? Because like I said, he had fucking 40 years in the game of owning a bar, his own shit. Yeah. So I'm just like, and I'm just recalling shit that I literally forgot about, that he told me, like, don't do this, do that. If they move this way, you move that way. You know, from having guests in your bar to how to order liquor, just anything. I'm always like, okay, Dad would say, do this. You know, you don't want to run. You never want to run out. You never want to just. I remember all them lessons just came flooding back. So my dad, man, like that. And I really, really, dude, if Gus could have met my father, that would be the cherry on top. You know what I mean? Because it took me, what am I, Gus? What, 52? Took me
26.
Yeah, bro, and Houghton. You know what I'm saying? But it took me literally 52. I ain't gonna say 52 years. People say 52 years, but I'm gonna say 30 something years to find a fucking like best friend. You know, I know a lot of people. Oh, we've been friends since we was kids. Don't mean you best friends, but that's truly my best friend sitting across from the table from me right now. You know what I mean? So,
and the people that were telling you no and you'd like give up on your dream, they didn't know what your measuring stick was.
No,
so
at all, bro.
And you could try to explain it, but they just aren't going to understand it.
They're not going to comprehend it.
It was ingrained in you,
right?
So you knew what that whole that was like your path, like set
for sure
before you. So for people to expect to know that's not going to happen.
It was ingrained in me since I was swimming to my mama's egg.
But I mean, how good is that to know that that's that's kind of like your intuition, that's your north, right?
You know what I mean?
So,
and my dad had it's me, my 2 sisters, and my 3 brothers, and I am the only one out of the 5 who gravitated toward this shit. Like, oh man, Dad, you're right. Like, this is a great business to be a part of, you know. And I just it's
a blessing.
Yeah.
It is, bro.
Yeah,
it is. So Dubo's where, you know, wherever you at. You know, I don't know if you upstairs or downstairs player because I knew you. I was the son that really hung with you, so I knew you.
Well, cheers to that one.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And if I had to put them in order, of course, y'all know that's my number 1.
Right.
For sure.
Right.
That's my number 1 for sure. So that's mine.
Okay.
Would never have guessed that.
No.
Yeah, I thought it was like 4.
You thought it was Thor?
I will just throw this guy in here somewhere.
And Dubos, we'll stick you in there somewhere.
Right. All right, so this is on me. Continuing on with the rotation. For me, actually, this is a 2-parter.
Okay.
They have similar journeys. That's why I kind of linked them together. George Clooney and Brad Pitt.
George Clooney and Brad Pitt.
So
Ocean's 2.
Right. I remember early on, I didn't appreciate them as men. You know, they got all the fanfare. You know, of course, all the women were fawning over them. And I'm like, man, they're just pretty boys. F them. It wasn't until I got older and I started, you know, really dissecting their movies and watching how they move and conduct themselves on film and, you know, in life, but particularly sticking with on film. I'm like, man, these guys were always polished. Even when they got flustered, you know, they would bend, but they wouldn't break.
True.
And I'm like, okay, I like the way these guys are moving, and particularly, and I had to overcome. And I ain't gonna lie, I was a hater. I couldn't stand them. I'm like, what? Nah.
What is the fuss about?
Right. They didn't fit. And this what really broke me. I didn't have a framework of, you know, what really is a man. Mm-hmm. So I couldn't even answer that. So as I got older, and I'm watching them how they move, and I'm like, man, these guys are polished. And in terms of acting, in the acting world, or in the industry, there are generations. Cary Grant, Humphrey Bogart.
Yes, sir.
I'm just like, damn. I'm like, man, these guys were some freaking heavyweights. Whenever, and they, you know, their films always did well. I mean, there were some bombs.
Plus, I make a lot of money off of George Clooney's tequila. Thank you, George.
He has a tequila?
Casamigos.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Damn.
Yeah.
Everybody's in a tequila game.
Excellent tequila.
Ooh, damn.
I love that tequila.
George Clooney did play Batman, and that movie sucked.
He was not a good Batman.
He was not a good one. And he admits that. He admits that. Brad Pitt had a bomb not long ago. It's a sci-fi flick. Dude, I remember going to see that movie. The last Rambo came out. They both came out the same night. I said, I'm leaning towards Brad Pitt. Man, I made a wrong. I should have went to go see Rambo. Damn.
You should have.
Damn. I mean, I saw it eventually. But, man, they just the way they carried themselves and the way they moved. And I'm like, man, these guys are stand-up guys, man. And they getting all the honeys. Shit.
I think that's really what it is.
Yeah.
Jason, I think that's really what it is.
I'm like, I need to, I need to step my shit up, put a belt on, not my pants sagging and none of that shit.
I mean, all you need to do is get on ER and maybe Thelma and Louise, and you could.
Right.
Yeah. You would have been there.
Yeah.
You'd have been there.
Yeah.
You'd have been that guy.
Yeah.
I would say this, Gus. I think if you had went to Hollywood, I swear to God, somebody would have snatched you off the street. Like, we need you in film.
Yeah, you'd have been one of those dudes.
Yeah, he'd have been one of them dudes.
You would have been one of those dudes that would have fallen into it. Like,
He'd have been one of them
I'd have
dudes.
shown up as a bit part, like an extra, and all of a sudden somebody would have seen you there, and then you would have been placed into something else.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I'll be Idris Elba's stunt double. If anybody out there can make that happen.
I don't know if you could do that. They'd be like, damn, the stunt double big than a motherfucker. It just ain't that.
See the camera would zoom out, so they wouldn't know.
Hey, Jason, they'd have been like, Idris got more neck than that. Goddamn.
Start brushing up on that British accent, buddy.
Right.
I can't wait till that dude becomes a Bond. Oh my God!
You think it's gonna happen?
If Idris Elba ever becomes Bond,
If he,
Do y'all think it will ever happen?
I would love to. See
I would love it.
I would love to see that.
They were saying the next serious contenders, Henry Cavill, which I can see that.
I thought there was a female that they had picked.
No, they better not.
Well, no, they said they would never do it.
They gotta stay true to the character. They gotta stay. Come on, it's a man.
It's definitely a guy.
The whole, yeah. I mean, I can see the argument either way, but I mean,
I think they try to, kind of, how do you put it? Like when you're trying to test the waters. I think they tried to test the waters with the last 007 when they made the one chick. She took his number.
Yeah.
It was like, I'm the new 007. And then by the end of the film, of course, she's like, oh no, I have permission to give him back his fucking number because I'm not on that level. You know what I mean?
What's that? That's the whole Broccoli estate or whatever that owns the 007 thing. Yeah. So,
for sure.
Who knows?
By the way, that did shock me because they actually killed fucking James Bond in that movie. Yeah. That fucking shocked me. I won't lie.
Yeah. It was a nice send off.
But you never saw him die. You just saw the bombs explode.
They can't bring him back. They got to bring somebody else in.
Oh well, Daniel Craig said that was
Yeah.
it, and he will go down as one of the greatest James Bonds of all time.
Oh, no doubt.
For
Easy.
sure.
Easy.
For sure.
Easy.
No, Jason. You don't think so?
It's going down as the greatest Bonds.
One of the greatest
Oh
Bonds.
yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah. Definitely top two.
I mean,
Yeah, I'll give him top two.
Yeah.
I'll give Connery
Yes,
on his performance for the whole thing.
Yeah.
He got ousted for, what did he say that he got in trouble for? But that doesn't have any bearing.
Talking about
on
that interview he did with Barbara
Yeah,
Walters,
yeah.
slapping women.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't have any bearing on him being 007.
Okay, y'all got to enlighten me on that.
I guess he said something about he said something along the lines about straightening a woman out by slapping her or something.
Oh shit!
Barbara Walters
Oh shit!
interview. Yeah.
I think he said it in jest of like you got to slap him around a little bit to
Right.
get him to act right or whatever. And
He did.
Not Barbara. Barbara probably was like, motherfucker, I have you slapped around in his mouth.
No, she was saying you just made my career.
Yeah. And you know how things don't age well. Like you talk to your parents and they say some stuff that's off color, and you're like, you can't say that to me.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's more along the lines of
That's
how
one of
he
the ones
came
he should have
across.
kept to himself.
Oh,
He probably was like, did I just say that out loud?
Yeah. It's funny you say that. I was having a conversation with a guy, and so it was me, him, and a woman. And James Bond came up. And he said, man, I don't know what they're going to do because I like the old James Bond movie because he got the girl and he was always getting the girl. And he was, he sounded like a chauvinist. And I'm looking at the woman, and she's just like, really, dude?
Who's the greatest Bond girl ever?
Pussy galore.
Not Halle?
Hell no. Pussy galore.
I think that's the one everybody remembers just because how odd the name is.
Pussy galore, yes, sir.
Pussy. She was fine.
She was fine.
She was fine.
You guys remember In Like Flynn that was out before
Yeah.
Bond?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, those movies! You want to talk about chauvinistic shit?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my
man.
That was a different time.
Yeah.
That was, yeah.
That was like beatnik 60s, 007.
I think that's why the show
Curveball.
Mad Men is so popular.
What's that?
I think that's why the show Mad Men is so popular. That's
Oh,
a
yeah.
chauvinistic ass
Oh
show
yeah,
too.
yeah, for sure.
To show you how it used to be.
Yeah. How it should be. Not just
I saw.
Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Jokes. We all about jokes.
The first time I saw In Like Flynn, I was like, "Oh my God, this is 00. This is not 007. This is in the same vein, but
Right.
this is
Right.
to the extreme."
Yeah.
Like,
This is Crazy Cousin.
yeah, if you haven't seen In Like Flynn, go check it out. Watch it
For
a little
sure.
bit, but
For sure.
Don't watch it with people that are going to judge you. It's
Right.
almost in the same thing as
James Coburn.
like Blazing Saddles. Yeah,
Yeah, Jay.
Oh,
I loved me some James Coburn. Man, he was.
that,
You know
that-
what? Honorary mention James Coburn. Man, that was a smooth cat.
that-
He was,
like
he
for
was.
that time though, it wasn't lewd.
No,
No.
But
not
but
at
you
all.
watch it today and you're like,
Yeah.
that shit has not aged well at all.
No.
Unless you're around like the people that are like they understand, they accepted like that's what film was then.
Yeah,
you just
it
take it
is.
for what it is.
Yeah. Going back to George Clooney, dude, and they're aging well.
Oh, they
They're
are.
aging
They are.
well. I mean, they
are.
done made a shit ton of money, so I'm sure that helps.
Of course.
aging well. I mean, hell,
Personal chefs and workout guys.
George
and all
Clooney's
that.
wife is what, 30 years his senior?
Not seen.
Amal, yeah.
Yeah.
That would mean she's older than him.
My
I'm
wife's
sorry, younger. I'm sorry, just younger.
my wife's
His junior.
Yeah, junior. Yeah.
related to George.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, because he's from this area.
Yeah, down in Maysville.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole family. I just remember like Nick Clooney, being on the news ever since I was a kid.
Right. Yeah.
What about the other Clooney?
What's the singer? Rosemary.
Coronet.
Yeah. Yeah,
Will you buy Coronet?
yeah, we actually went to the family reunion.
Is it Rosemary?
Yeah, it's Rosemary.
Rosemary Clooney.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rosemary.
Yeah, right when we met, we went down to the family reunion in Maysville. I don't know when they have it or whatever, but we went down there and we went through Rosemary's house, and they have a lot of all the movie props and stuff. And
Right.
George
Nice.
sent stuff down there. It's cool. It's
I bet.
Nice.
I bet. Nice.
She actually is a Clooney that looks like him.
Yeah.
She kind of
Yeah.
looks like him a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll watch the Christmas movie that Rosemary was in, and my kid loves it like every Christmas. you
Yeah.
know? It's kind of weird, like being in the Midwest and seeing people that are actually in movies. There's not a lot of people that are
Right.
in movies that are from the Midwest, and then you can go see
Right.
where they're from
Right.
and see some of the artifacts and stuff.
But they love to make movies in Cincinnati now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They
yeah.
love to come here.
Yeah.
But we have a ton of history in Cincinnati.
Yeah, we do.
A lot of like an old recording studios like
Yeah.
King Records and stuff like that.
Yeah.
A lot of singers, a lot of producers that grew up and lived here and
Yeah.
have ties here.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It is crazy.
There's even like a Def Jam label owner that lived in Cincinnati for a long
Really?
time.
Really?
Yeah.
You know,
Damn.
DJ Jason would know that.
Yeah. like I DJ'd Kid Rock's after party. This is like 10, 12 years ago with my buddy Jake.
No way.
At a party in Indian Hill. And Kid Rock came out. We were playing at it's one of the Def Jam label execs lives and owns the house. We were throwing the house party. There's a big pool there and like a awning that was set up over it. And we were playing music. They had a big cocktail party set up. It was just a whole after party for
Right.
a concert.
Right.
And Kid Rock walked in. Everybody kind of threw hype about it. He went off for a little bit, got drinks and stuff. And he came back like an hour later, and he was just kind of like, man, I don't really want to be walking around the party. He's like, you mind if I hop on? And we were like, no, dude, go ahead. And he's like,
Right.
he's like, do you have Rock the Bells?
Are you
He
shitting me?
sat there, like Kid Rock sat there,
No
beat up
fucking
with,
way,
like Rock the
dude.
Bells. He had been jumping in the pool. We had been drinking all night long, and this is a couple hours into the party. And he just sits down and he scratches Rock the Bells back and forth and beat juggles it, and rocked it. It was cool.
Right.
Party
Damn.
went on, and I was like, this guy's gonna be like a goofy, rock star,
Right,
He's gonna
right,
be on
right.
his own hype and
Right.
stuff. Like an hour and a half later, the party gets over, everybody's gone. And I guess he had gone upstairs. He comes back down, drinking a beer and stuff. He's like, "You guys want me to help you like pack up and like?" He's like,
No
he's
fucking
like,
way.
"Where I come from, you don't rock the decks and not help pack up." He's
Right.
like, "I appreciate you letting me play. Nobody lets me like do that."
Wow.
Like, okay, of all people, this is weird.
Right.
Like,
Right. But
This
who
is cool.
who says no to? I want to know who those guys are who were like, nah.
right? Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
I don't know how that whole story came in 360, but it's just
Hey, this is what happens when
Hey,
you come to
at
the
the
Gus and Low
at
show.
the Gus and Low show, bro, we're all over the spectrum.
Yeah.
Like-
Sometimes we've gotten away from the top 5 like a motherfucker. Like, oh shit, we got to get back.
like I think at the corner of Liberty and Central, there
Yes.
used to be King Records down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it later was Warner Brothers Studio.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. They
Yeah.
still hold that building. Yeah, that building's still there.
Yeah, so King Records had a whole hell of a lot of people come out there.
Sure did, man.
I know James Brown recorded like 2 records. In
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I can't think of anybody else that was out of that one. But it's crazy to see some of the history of this in Cincinnati, like, and to be able to connect with that.
Right,
You know,
right.
I like that they have a lot of murals put
Which
up
is
about-
why
Yeah.
Cincinnati to me should be more blunt. We should be on the level of New York, man.
Yeah, it's a humble Midwest city that
Yeah.
has a whole hell of a lot of talent. I think we have a hard time promoting each other sometimes.
We do.
But I think it's because we have a lot of talent. It's like you can kind of look at somebody next to you and be like, "Well, I can do that." You know?
Right.
You know, why should you get up one than to me?
Right.
But I don't know.
Right.
I think they're just the Queen City love needs to come back.
Right.
Yeah. I think it is.
But
Slowly,
Cincinnati's
slowly but
growing,
surely.
growing like crazy. Like
Yeah.
you could literally on any given night in Cincinnati. Now,
That's true. So
you-
all these, all these apartments that are springing up. You guys are seeing it, right?
yeah, yeah.
All these 1 and 2 bedroom luxury apartments. So I was talking to my wife, and my wife said, I heard something interesting. She said, because I was like, where the fuck are they going to get all the people to move into all these damn places? And one of her, I guess, theories, I'm going to call it a theory, is that literally they're trying to get away from people owning their own homes. So all these people from New York, California, all these people with money have heard that houses, people aren't going to really be able to afford them. So they're coming up with all they're jumping into it, the niche right now while it's hot, of getting all these luxury apartments, because houses are kind of just like, it's like you're not going to be able to afford it. You're fucking going to have to just move into a fucking apartment. You're not going to be able to own a home. You know, the future generations, you're just going to be able to live in an apartment. You know what I mean? And for me, it's like, now I own my home. My kids will have a home.
There's some truth to it because I do know that there are investment firms that have been
Yeah.
buying up so much property that HOAs
Shit
have
ton.
been
Yeah.
formed in most communities now,
Yeah.
and they've been trying to put laws in so that if you purchase the property, it has for so many years it has to be your primary residence
Right.
before you can make it a rental. So I know Florida has a big problem with that
Yeah.
right now.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're trying to make it like 3 or 5 years before you can make a rental property. So it dissuades them from coming into those properties,
Right.
in those areas.
Yeah.
And then the interest rate and money is getting weird.
Yeah, it is getting
Yeah.
weird. Well, I do say I love my home. So I live in Ludlow, and Ludlow kind of used to be like a sort of coming up type of deal, like in Ludlow, Bromley area, sort of like, because it's right on the river.
I'm right by you, bro.
You know what I mean? So, all right, then we gonna have to hook up. I'm just gonna go over his house and get drunk and listen to him play music. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm be like, bruh, go. Smoke stick. I'm gonna smoke my stick, and I'm gonna fucking just listen to him play, and I'm be like, and then I'll probably go out and brag like, yeah, I got my own private DJ. You know what I mean?
Reporting to duty.
You know what I'm saying? But literally, I've heard in Ludlow, I can't say this is for sure, but right across from me are the houses that are right on the river. But they want to tear those down so that you can see the river. They're rezoning. You know, red flag. When they start rezoning shit, you know shit is going to happen. You know, and they're kind of pushing the element out. You know what I mean? So, my house is like, people have been sending me letters like no other. Heard? They're pushing. Damn, really? Whew. Wow, Gus just showed me how long we've been going on the show. We're gonna have to wrap this up, but their plan is to tear it all down so that my side, which is kind of sits up high over the river, can view the river. So my property value is going up, and I love it. I'm never selling though. Never. I live right on the river. I'm never selling. They're gonna have to. It's gonna have to be generational wealth.
But that's
For my
such,
house.
that's
That's a
such
plan. That's a
I like
plan.
that. That's such a choice part of town
Yeah.
to live in
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you're almost disconnected from downtown.
Exactly.
But you're like
But you're right there.
You're
Yeah.
15 minutes from being
Right,
downtown.
dude. Literally 5 minutes. It takes me 15 minutes to get to St. Bernard, which is
Oh
where my
wow!
bar
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
So it's like you're literally right
Yeah,
there.
I used
It's
to live in the
convenient
Ridge.
as hell.
I used to live in the Ridge up there.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Cool.
So as we come to the end of this show, because Gus is like, showing me the time, we having too much damn fun.
Too much fun.
We didn't even make it through the whole list.
We didn't? I told my top ones. Gus,
got
all
another
yours
one?
there?
No.
Jason, you got any more?
Not to extend it. No.
No, okay.
We can make it another show. So.
Right. Oh, we definitely gonna have you back.
Cool.
We'll have fun.
Hey, Gus, we're gonna have him back and make him control the board. You know what I'm saying?
we learned some stuff today.
We did. He did teach us some.
I'll throw in some.
Remember? Hey, we got to get that button.
Yes.
By the time he comes back, or maybe he'll be the one to put it on.
I'm gonna regret this because I'm gonna be listening to the next episodes and I'll be like, man, I gave him the air horn.
Right?
Oh, Jesus.
They won't stop hitting the button.
Like Kevin Hart in his show.
I listen to the show while I'm at the gym, and then now
Right.
it's just gonna be air horns every time I'm like pressing and stuff.
You be like, you gonna take off your headphones, your earbuds? Like, I can't listen anymore.
Right, we got to give it up for DJ J. We appreciate you, brother. We appreciate you. See, I don't even really use these buttons, but see, he would be cognizant of that.
Yeah, you didn't really. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
that's all right. Work in progress.
I didn't even use my Batman button.
Work in progress.
By the way, my boy gave me that moniker. He calls me Batman for a reason.
Yeah, you've had a couple brilliant ideas.
Yes, sir.
Is there a story behind that?
So it's kind of like when Gus is like, "Hey, man, I can't figure this out," or "I can't even figure out who this person is," or whatever. I kind of I love to dive in the internet and go searching and looking up shit, and you know what I mean. And I'm like, "Bam! I found them. I found them."
Why does it sound like you're like one of those promo movie guys, like in a time where a man was anonymous
Because I'm
before the
always intimidating my friends. I do it on a constant basis. I do.
I found you. You thought you were anonymous.
Augustus Whitfield, one man alone in the world.
That's it.
Dude, we got to get you a voiceover job. To get you a voiceover job.
Right.
I got a poem.
Good show.
I have poetry.
Oh, that's right. Because Jason, you don't know, but if Augustus does a poetry
He knows.
session
He
every
listens to
show.
the show.
You listen, and if he doesn't, he has to sing karaoke. So he's not going to sing karaoke tonight. Oh shit!
I actually came up with this, and we'll implement it.
Here we go.
We'll implement it later. If we have a guest, we sing the song of a hook.
What? When the fuck did that happen?
I just came up with it.
Oh goddamn!
No, not tonight. Not tonight. I'm just saying.
Okay, all right. All right.
Say, don't make me sing. It's gonna get bad.
Hey, shit. Hey.
Hey, if there's any show you can get away with it, it's the Gus and Low show.
Right.
You don't even drop any dimes on your spot though.
I'm sorry, you talking
For
DJ
gestures?
right now? Oh, for sure. Yeah, I do.
Where's Gestures at? I've never
I do.
even been there before.
I do, but I mean, I'm a little tipsy right now.
You aren't gonna.
But yeah, for sure, I mentioned the Jester Cigar Bar and Patio. Cigar and Patio. I've been drinking scotch tonight and bourbon. So
Where's Gestures at?
the Jester's Cigar Bar and Patio. The Jester's Bar and Cigar Patio, located at 4529 Vine Street, St. Bernard. Come see me. I am cigar friendly. Bring your sticks and bring your chicks, because the chicks bring the guys. Go ahead.
Alrighty.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong, Jason?
I'm gonna pour one of these big. After that, I'm pouring a big titty rum.
There you go. You may need it after you hear this poem.
Oh my God, his poems, dude. I love them. Go ahead, Gus.
All right, here we go. Pussycats, where are you? Can you come out to play? Where are you? Are you up north, down south, over in the east, over in the west? Where are you? No, when you are ready to rest, you can put that pussy on my chest. Now listen here. When we consummate this union, I don't want you to fuck me like a king. You have to fuck me like an emperor. Mm-hmm. Damn, I lost my spot. I'm sorry. So put on your big girl panties and pop that pussy for your highness. What goes around comes around like a hula hoop. Karma's a bitch, but just make sure she's beautiful. You see, I'm all about I give all the vowels back. I like my girl thick, not just kind of fine. Eat her till she cries. Now I call that wine and dine. I like it when you start to pop it. You look back and say, "It's real, baby," and I say, "I didn't doubt you for a second," and I squeeze and tell you how it feels. I wish I could take off and go anywhere, but yeah, baby, you know the deal. So bad, maybe she won't. Then again, shit, maybe she will.
Wow.
So, in case you haven't, I mean, you're a DJ, so clearly you understand a mashup
Yeah, it's a mashup.
of a whole plethora of different songs and genres. But he does this, dude. Like he has some shit on some shows. Just go to him and listen to it for a little bit, and then fast forward to his poems, dude. Oh my God, some of them are just priceless.
Wow. I'm gonna have to go.
Yeah,
do
for
some
sure.
research, yeah.
If you can find, I can't remember what show it is, but man, he has one called Ice Cream. Oh my God.
We might have to do some hot cuts, like go back to your old shows and just hot cut a bunch of his poems together.
Oh shit!
Just do the Gus highlight, hot cut highlight. Oh man.
I'm Mr. Concur. I concur with that statement.
So what's the track we played at the beginning? The High Plains Drifter, Raphael Sadiq track?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What
Yes,
was
sir.
the name of that?
Good Man.
Good Man.
We'll have to play that in the background.
I'm a good
In the promo video, it's gonna have to be you just standing there in a bathrobe, circling, holding a glass
Dude,
of scotch.
you're hired.
Like-
You're hired. You're hired.
Coming to you from
Jason will be in. We will be in touch with the DJ.
Hey, this has been a
my
blast.
God.
This has been a blast.
This has been a blast.
You know what's funny is it took us a long time to get started, but it got
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I think we started
summer
serious.
hit,
We
you know,
started
summer.
serious out of the gate though.
Yeah.
Y'all know how it go. I was Batman. I was trying to put Gus's shit together. God, dog. But that's my man, so I got to do it for him.
We're a team, man. We're a team.
We're all trying. We're all trying
Team
to
your
be
ass.
cool.
I'm the quarterback in this motherfucker when it comes to putting this equipment together.
That boy good.
Oh, that boy.
But hey, I would have to say he is my running back. What's his name? What's the big boy from Titans?
Oh my lord.
Henry. He is Travis Henry. Not Travis
What?
Henry. What's his name?
I'm motherfucking Bob Kraft.
You not Bob Kraft.
I am Bob Kraft.
So you hanging out in parlors getting massages and other massages.
That's Deshaun Watson.
That's not Deshaun Watson. That is also Robert
I
Kraft.
know, yeah.
It just got
He just got
real
married.
quiet.
He just got married.
See, Deshaun don't have Robert Kraft money, so it didn't go
that.
away like that.
True that. And he just got married.
Hey, we might as well
Right.
make show number 2 and just keep on going. Jeez, at this rate.
I'm game.
I am not.
Just drink some more.
Finish smoking.
Drink some more. Drink some of that big titty rum.
I am going to drink some of that big titty. I'm about to motorboat that bottle.
Oh my god. Woo!
All right. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to the Gus Show.
Yes.
Gus Low Show one time.
And if you have any questions, comments, requests on topics, be sure to hit us up at the Gus and Low Show at gmail.com.
Indeed.
And if you want to be a guest, once again, hit us up. Doesn't matter where you at, we can patch you through.
Right.
You could be at home.
Because Jason's gonna teach us that shit. We got lots to learn. We Padwans in this shit.
Right. Right.
But I appreciate you. Shout out to Q&A Coffee.
Yes,
really
shout
appreciate
out.
y'all.
Jason, thank you once again.
Thank you.
Really appreciate
Thank you for
brother.
having me down.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it was a pleasure.
Can I do a drop?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
If you ever want to check me out, DJ Identity. I'm always down at mostly some 4EG bars. Righteous Room, Igby's, Beeline, Stretch. Just hanging out. Braxton Brewery sometimes. I got some more spots coming, but I always like every place.
He
that
knew
I
you was
play
at
has-
Braxton. All right, I'm gonna have to come check you out there.
I always got a little something for everybody.
Okay.
Some for the cool people, the older people, the
Right.
younger people. So I like playing at cool spots, like different places. But yeah,
He gonna make it do what it do, baby.
And ladies and gentlemen, if you go listen to him, just know you're going to have a good time because, man.
And if you don't dance,
Oh, man.
you gonna dance.
Yeah, you're going to dance.
You gonna at least tap that fucking foot.
Right. No, they're going to do more than that.
Right.
More than that.
All
thanks,
right.
fellas. This is great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming
Appreciate
again.
you. With that, the Gus and Low Show, we are out.